was our first introduction. We were strangers to the game we love. We're strangers no more. It's more than a game. Hey, it's our religion now. And it's in our blood, it's in our veins, it's everywhere. Ilawa, 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 ilawa. Michigawa na karagaling harami. Yeah,
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to TIO Stadium for round 4 TIO NTFL action. It's the big clash between the Nightcliff Tigers and the Tiwi Bombers. My name's Stu Davis. I'm joined by Tash Medbury. Hey Tash, welcome.
Thanks, Stu. It's looking forward to this game. Tiwi Bombers were absolutely brilliant last week, so I'm excited to see if it... I'm hoping it wasn't just a once-off. I'm hoping that is the style of footy they're going to play all season, and I loved Carlson Cantilla in the ruck.
Wasn't he sensational? And here he is again. He's got some stiff opposition today, though, against Big Buxton, but we're underway, and Philo gets an early touch out to... Darms, who hand passed inside. The long kick goes forward over the back. John Butcher's going to have the first opportunity for Nightcliff, but ball just didn't bounce for him, and running onto it in defence was Kurt Dunn, and happy to rush it through for a behind. So a bit of a let off there for Tiwi.
Yeah, look good over the back butt.
Yeah.
Interested on a few key matchups today, which I'll keep an eye on.
So brought in by Blackney Noda for Tiwi. It's close to the boundary line. Hand pass inboard gives a chance here for Sing Lippo, but he just gets bundled over, and now Michael Dunn gets the hand pass over the top in defence, and Tiwi work it through the hands. A bit of a fumble there, puts them under some pressure, and they're still under pressure, but Riley Bice eventually wheels onto the left foot and finds Brendan Cantilla, the captain for today. Took part in the coin toss and won the toss, but that short pass was chopped off by Cameron Wild, and he sees something he likes in the pocket. The kick's good, close to the boundary line, but the kick was good, and Sing Lippo takes the mark just inside the boundary line, deep in the forward pocket.
Yeah, they don't have many tall defenders, the Tiwi Bombers, and we know that Nightcliff are quite a tall forward line. So, yeah, looking forward to see what some of those matchups up. Last week, Tanner Blackney Noda was really good back for the Tiwi Bombers. Shot on goal. Oh, that's a beautiful kick. Oh, wow.
Tristan Sing Lippo and his teammates get around. That's a fantastic set shot for goal. And a great start for Nightcliff. They've had all the running, yeah. So, you talk about the height of Nightcliff. They're so tall, in fact, that they've left Jackson Locke out of the side this week, who's been pretty good in the first 3 weeks. So, just the matchup, I think, against Tiwi, they couldn't afford to go with the extra tall.
Yeah, just waited for the footy there, just on replay, unfortunately, there for the Tiwi Bombers, and Wild was just able to intercept with a pin perfect pass there, and that was a beautiful goal. Hard to kick him from that pocket as well with the breeze that's out there. We've seen earlier in the game before this. It was quite hard, but look at him celebrate as well. Yeah. The bow and arrow.
Fantastic. So from the restart, Big Buxton, but Cantilla reaches over the top, gets his hand to it. Brendan Cantilla at ground level on the left foot, kicks high towards half forward. Using the body well down there was Ronaldo. Got rid of his opponent and then won the ball for himself. And Nightcliff looking to chip it around the grandstand side, but chopped off there by Port Jimmy. Hand passed over the top. Here's a snapshot on goal, and it's a Tiwi goal. Early in the first quarter, a quick response was Kim Cantilla, who is all over the ground once again like he was last week. We saw in the lead up to the Nightcliff goal, he was the one that kicked the ball that got intercepted, but found his way deep forward this time, and a great finish again.
Yeah, the Dias, poor Jimmy, had a great game last week. Number 8, you'll see him come into the contest here. Number 8, so just a turnover, hand pass to his teammate in Cantilla, and King Cantilla had a good game last week as well. Good goal. Yep. So good start to this game. We've only gone 3.5 minutes, but looking exciting already.
Yeah, could be a shootout.
And like the last game, I thought that was going to be the game of the round, but it ended up being an absolute blowout.
Oh, yeah. I think the Pint Boys boiled in the sun, didn't they? They just had nothing after quarter time, but Port Jimmy again on the outside. This time kicks high with his left inside forward 50. Orville was down there, couldn't take the mark. Looked like a slap across the face. Play on's the call as the ball at ground level. And bodies flying all over the place down there. But still no whistle. Eventually there is, and it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, good stoppage in there, Rioli, around the footy. As the coaches, Brenton Toy, still can't get used to him in those Nightcliff colours. We know he coached the Tiwi Bombers last season, so he's got a lot of inside information, doesn't he?
Yeah, and of course Lee Crossman too, his only premiership coach. He's the Nightcliff coach now, so yeah, it's a different setup, that's for sure.
Bit of a Tiwi affair at Nightcliff at the moment, so but good here. They've in the forward 50, so they've locked it in, and they're not letting Tigers come out easily from their defensive 50.
Farlow at ground level just got the hand pass over the top as he was tackled. Again, strong again around the ball and not coming out easily, so another ball up as it was Jake Twycross who got tackled with at that time. And
another stoppage in the forward 50 here for Tiwi.
Cantilla swings the arm over the top. There's a blocking free kick going Nightcliff's way by the looks. They're trying to take the advantage down the grandstand side here, but not going to be allowed, and it'll come all the way back.
Well, that was all right for the advantage was with the Tigers, but I think he brought it back, just the stop and play.
Buxton deep in defence, back in the side this week. Kicks long on the left, looking for Cameron Islet. It's hooked over the top. Quick hand pass forward there by Kennedy, and Nightcliff off and running Mummery through the hands. Got it to Darms, hand passed over the top. Butcher off to Kennedy. Kennedy out in front of Singh Lippo, and Singh Lippo takes a great mark out in front, and the kick was fantastic. Didn't have to change direction or change pace, and was perfect, and he took it in front of Michael Dunn there. Not much Michael Dunn could have done about that one. No,
and we're saying about their tall forward line, but it's not their tall players that are making the impact so far down there. It's young Singh Lippo. So can he kick his second goal?
Easier than the last one, you would have thought. Doesn't always work out that way as the kick's on the way. He's just dragged that one into the goalpost, so they're behind only from that set shot.
Supposed to swing in a bit there till he drilled that footy. See what they can do from the defensive 50 here, the Bombers.
Brendan Cantilla gives it back to Dunn. Kurt Dunn close to the boundary line, and
no, it was a mark. I thought that was
Poor Jimmy back into Brendan Cantilla, and he's a busy player once again. He's got some players on the switch and finds one of them, Michael Dunn, and they peel and break now, and here's a chance for John Tipalura, who was really good last week as well. I thought goes short to Michael Thompson, and Thompson inside 50 along the ground. Orville couldn't pick the ball up cleanly, and tied it up by Moody in defence for Nightcliff. Kennedy just inside the centre square. He's got a player out wide, and he goes that way. Cameron Islet goes long inside forward 50. Emery on the lead. Just got worried out of it a bit by Blackney Nota, and got it over the boundary line for a throw in.
He's on for a tough day, Cole Emery. We know he's a noted goal kicker, but I was really, really impressed with Blackney Nota last week, and just his defensive effort, but also his run and carry, his commitment. Even when they were in front by a long way, he still led everything at 120%.
Yeah, he was really good. Well, that's not the best of throw-ins.
We got to bring that back. Oh, yeah. It was the far umpire that actually called that then to throw it back in.
Well, I think they had to, because it landed in the hands of Michael Dunn, who wasn't one of the rucks.
No. And he didn't let it bounce either, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's a better one. So Cantilla behind, tries to double fist it over the top. I think he's done pretty well, and Dunn running out of defence now, goes straight down the middle of the ground. Buxton got in front, had it chopped away from him, and now just working it out of the back half. Wine's got the hand pass forward, and bit of a scrubber kick goes forward is an opportunity for Nightcliff out wide as the kick comes in, and a nice mark taken there over the top by Cameron Wild as he takes a mark about 40 metres out from goal.
Yeah, he's one of their bigger forwards and just got the size and the height there on his opponent. I think that was Kurt Dunn. So if they lays away in the forward 50 here, the Tigers, they've definitely got the size down there.
Cameron Wild, I think he's pushed that to the right, he has. So another let off for Tiwi, and will be brought back in by Blackney Nota.
Not much movement to kick to. Just off screen, that's why he's taking a while to find someone.
Oh, just hasn't got enough on that one. And Mummery was just lurking, wasn't he, waiting for it, and it just dropped in his lap.
And no one's on the mark, and you can't go to the mark once it's called. He's calling someone to actually go there. Now someone does. Which the umpire was pretty lenient there, because if someone doesn't get to the mark straight away and then they go onto the mark after it's called, it's actually a 50.
That's right. But Mummery with a set shot showed us a few tricks last week, and this one's just a straightforward set shot, but the angle's pretty tight. Taking plenty of time over it. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. We were right behind it, and that's gone straight through the middle. So, yeah, that was just an error coming out of defence by Tiwi, and the Nightcliff were just set up perfectly around.
Yeah, they were.
They had no options to go to, and tried to take something on, and just the defensive zone chopped it out.
Yeah, it's always dangerous when you do those 15, 20-metre kicks from the chips from the kick out, and they zoned off really well, as you said, Stu, that from the kick-ins, from the Tiwi kick-ins, they're zoning, which is probably a good thing with Tiwi, because if you go player on player, they're probably too fast and will get to the space. With the zone that's set up for the Tigers, it caused that turnover.
So a second goal on the board for Nightcliff in this first quarter, and Buxton doing the ruck work against Cantilla. A two-footed spring at it from Cantilla, but at ground level was Emery in the centre square for that stoppage. Got it to Philo. He gets it out wide to Darms, who hand passes backwards to Wild again. Wild drills one along the ground forward, and now at ground level there's an opportunity, but just out through the hands, and now they've got a player out wide here in Edwards. Gives it over looking for Mummery. Mummery got caught with the ball, got caught a second time, but manages to get clear, and that's been called a throw by umpire Callum Loney. Of course, this week is umpires round, Tash, and we appreciate the efforts they put in. Of course, they work hard, and
without umpires,
job.
Yeah, without umpires, you wouldn't have a game, of course. So, full credit to the umpires, who also do injuries. One of the umpires, I think, did his calf at
I heard that.
Maggie's last night at Kazali's, and luckily there's always a substitute there just in case, and came on in the third quarter.
Riley Bias tries to drill a pass. It's pretty good. Poor Jimmy just spilt the mark, though. He's back on it again now, and goes short and finds Cantilla. Kim Cantilla plays on now towards the middle of the ground, looking for options. Another drill pass.
I think that was a missed kick.
Yeah, but it looked good, hit the target. Thompson took the mark, but then again just missed again, and Brown in defence for Nightcliff just gets past a couple, hand passes over Twycross, out wide to Wild. Wild switches to the outer side of the ground. Twycross again, and now it's Wines who delivers the ball to Darms. Darms hand passes across, and a long shot at goal. Looks pretty good. I think it's Politis, and straight through the middle for Nightcliff's third goal. So Petros Politis on the board for Nightcliff, and really all the play's been in Nightcliff's forward half, apart from the forward entry when Tiwi scored their only goal. Yeah,
costly turnovers in the middle of the ground there. Cost Tiwi that goal, but good transition of footy here by the Tigers, and it's the run and carry. Good hand pass. Politis kicks the goal. It's not worrying signs yet. We've nearly gone 13 and a half minutes, but just the poor turnovers that the Tiwi Bombers have done in the midfield has just cost them.
Yeah, that's right.
They need to get on the outside a little bit more. Use the run and carry. It's going to be called back. So
yeah, we spoke about Carlson Cantilla. He's hasn't really played anywhere apart from the Tiwi Islands, so it's fantastic to see him come in and mix it at Premier League level.
Yeah, he got the Rising Star, the Anti News Rising Star for last week, which he well deserved.
And Tiwi have worked this one well and got it to Paddy Heenan, who lurking at half forward, got on the end of it. But you talk about trying to split them open with use of the ball, and they used it really well through the hands from that centre stoppage. And Paddy Heenan in the side, I think, for the first time for the season, and a goal with his first kick.
This is what I love. You're just seeing the interchange as we just watch on replay here. It's the chip. There's the run and carry. So Cantilla to a teammate, and Paddy Heenan didn't have all the time in the world, but good goal from 45 metres out. The old leg there.
Yeah. He steadied, didn't he? He wasn't worried about the traffic around him, and a great finish. And
that's the way they have to play, the run and carry, the quick hands, and catch the Tigers off and just get it over that last line of defence. Once they break that wall, the Tiwi Bombers, they always look dangerous inside their forward 50.
Cantilla over the top, thumps it forward. Brendan Cantilla running onto it now, taps it forward to... Beautifully done, and gets it back now. Has a shot for goal on the run, but just out to the left and through for a behind. Jerome Tipamandamiri involved there. Got the hand pass back to Cantilla, but just missed it to the left. And now Paris brings it in to the outer side as Nightcliff tried to swing it around the outer side of the ground as Darms chips it inboard to Philo. Philo looking long down here for Wild, goes over the back, and Cantilla back there evades the tackle, gets a hand pass inboard. That was well done to Conlon, and now Tiwi are off and running again as the ball goes down inside 50, but good defensive work by Moody, who hand passes back, and Nightcliff the chance to tidy up again, goes down towards the centre of the ground, and the mark's taken down there by Emery. Emery looks inboard, but his hand pass was half smothered, but Butcher's still able to get it back to Emery, goes long towards the 50. They've opened up the forward line here as Kennedy now gets on the end of it, runs in towards goal. It looks like it's swinging back. It does swing back.
Very late.
Yeah, timed it perfectly and just snuck it inside that left-hand goal post, and a great finish. And Brett Kennedy, who's come across to Nightcliff from Banks this year, Tash, has been a really potent forward for them, and an important part of the lineup.
Yeah, he was hoping that went through because he had a teammate on, and he sort of looked at his teammate running towards the goal square there, but he thought, I'll have a ping, and he really nailed that one, but just late it swung back. There's the bench there for the Tigers. Back in the middle, there's the goal kicker. So he's been a good pickup for them, Kennedy.
Yeah, he certainly has. The other one was Lanyon, who hasn't played the last couple of weeks, but he was in great form the first couple. So
and you've got to be a pretty good player to crack the midfield here at Nightcliff, so that's where he is.
Exactly right.
There's the spectators. There's a good crowd here today. They've seen himself on the big screen there.
So Butcher into the ruck, but Cantilla just takes it out of there, gives it to Kim Cantilla. They work it through the hands, and a hot call there for holding the ball. And Kennedy again changed his mind and now kicks, but well intercepted by Lucas Conlon. Conlon signalling that he wants to go wide. He goes that way. Michael Thompson gets on the end of this, spilt the mark, but still able to pick it up. Has a bounce after only a couple of steps, but gets it back inboard to Tipamandamiri. He chips the ball forward, but good defensive work again. Well set up, and Moody chips it out wide to Wines. Wines comes grandstand side.
Or turnover there, Tiwi.
Yep. And Mitch Norton, who's a really solid defender for Nightcliff, chips it inboard to Cameron Islet.
This is where Tiwi need to be careful too. Just don't let the Tigers get an easy run out of the half back, which seems to be the case at the moment. They're locking it in their forward 50 when they are down there defensively, but the way that they move the ball out of the defensive back line, it's looking too dangerous.
Long kick from Singh Lippo. Dunn did well at the back and got the hand pass across to Blackney Noda, and Tiwi clear it out wide where Dale Cunningham runs onto it, chips the ball back inside looking for Kim Cantilla, gave it a bit of air time, but Cantilla was able to get to it. Now runs around, Brown on the mark, hand passes inboard, and Thompson again for Tiwi has a couple of thoughts, tries to drill a pass inside, it gets chopped off, and that's a pretty untidy tackle, and there's a bit of reaction from the Nightcliff players. That was
Orville was physical last week as well, really gets in there, and I mean that was a free kick, but again just a poor turnover inside the 450 for the Bombers.
Yeah, that's right, but that well, not the illegal physicality, but it's certainly the physicality that Orville brings is much needed by Tiwi around the packs.
Yeah. Seen a few free kicks given away to Nakia Cockatoo against him in the earlier game, and that seemed to be with his physicality. I didn't think they were actually there, but just his hard tackling.
So Tipalura's kick dropped off by Jay Moody. He goes short, and now...
See, this is too easy for the Tigers.
Yeah, they just set up out wide, and Norton chips it around to Sing Lippo. Goes through his hands, though, and gives Tiwi an opportunity once again. Babui hand passes over the top. Trying to run onto it down there was Puran Tarameri, but was just out of his reach. The ball at ground level. Wines bursts through, gets a hand pass forward. Now Philo once again hand passes to a player in trouble, but he's good enough to get out of it. And that was Norton, and his kick found Kennedy, but he spilt the mark but had time to recover. Gets it to Politis. Politis high, inside forward 50 again. Oh, a couple of hands in the back, I would have thought, and that's the way it's been called. So the free kick to Conlon for Tiwi, and he spreads wide to Bice. Bice, that's not the best kick, as Brown easily comes in and chops that one off.
A turnover footy. Could be costly. That's a good kick by Brownie.
Yep, and finds Cooper Darms out there. He chips inboard again, and again it's Kennedy on the end of this one.
Yeah, loose checking there by the Bombers, and last week they were really good attacking and defensively, but just lacking that when there's a turnover, getting back on their players. So you've got too many players running forward of the footy, and when there's a turnover, you've got to make sure you run both ways. So just lacking that a little bit in this first quarter. So already kicked one.
Yep. Kick's on the way. It's pushed out to the right as well. Big butcher down there got his hands to it, couldn't hold on to it, and it gets knocked over for another behind. As Blackney Noda brings it in short to Kurt Dunn. Almost slipped over, but recovered well enough and took the mark. Got the kick to Conlon. Conlon hands it off to Paddy Heenan, running around the back. He chips short now.
Oh, well done.
Terrific
well
effort.
Done.
Thought it just had a bit too much on it, but well done by Henry Kiranua. Now out wide, Briston goes close to the boundary line on the outer side. It's kept in play pretty well by Bice, and now on the left foot he's got a player forward, and Tiwi the chance to go forward again through Cunningham, but just misses the target. It's close to the boundary line. Brown doing the hard work at ground level, holding his head down there. No free kick paid, and Wines just wanders in and picks it up and chips the ball out, but now play is stopping, I think.
Yeah, I think it went out of bounds, so it should be a boundary throw-in, but Brown's still picking himself up. Orville apologised. No, Orville actually thought it was a free kick. He was standing the mark, and it is going to be a boundary throw-in, but takes a lot to keep Brownie down, so I reckon he's got an accidental knee or something in his head.
Yeah. Buxton in front, wins it down, but plenty of traffic down there. Cunningham couldn't get his boot to the ball. Heenan trying to burst through. He got tackled and the ball spilled out. Twycross at ground level, got the hand pass back to Moody, and eventually Moody thought there was enough pressure on him, and he just stepped over the line for a rush behind.
Yeah, well done by Moody there. Not enough players sort of do that. They're always in two minds about the pressure. It was the right thing to do, but this is where Tiwi need to work hard here, because they're just getting it out of defence too easily. Well done there to Cantilla.
Carlson Cantilla intercepted that one now. Drives the ball long, flyers at the ball, and at the ground level. Tackled there was Puran Tarameri. Ball spilled out. Play on's the call. It comes to Thompson now. Thompson from the 50 wobbles it towards the goal line. Double-fisted punch down there by Kennedy, who's worked all the way back, and through for another behind to Tiwi.
Yeah, unlucky not to get a free kick there, Rioli. I thought that in that contest. They'll be happy with the score, 28-15. The Bombers. It's been all the way of the Tigers. You know, they've had a bit more possession of the footy, but the Bombers have done well to make sure they haven't kicked away.
So Brown keeps it close to the boundary line, looking for the big fella Buxton, but Cantilla at ground level read it beautifully. Got the hand pass inboard, and Tipperman to Mary trying on the left, but well smothered down there and over the boundary line.
That's better from Tiwi, just putting the pressure on to cause a turnover and now a stoppage. Be happy if they can snag another goal here before quarter time.
Cantilla behind, but Philo in front takes the ball away. Hand passes back to Twycross, and that's a good kick pinpoints Cameron Islet in the middle of 3 Tiwi players. Islet's got a runner on the outer side, and that's Wines. Looked like he almost took a couple of steps then, but allowed the benefit of the doubt, and he goes back and takes the kick. Now chips in short, looking for Cooper Darms just out in front of him, and he couldn't get his hands to it. Tipalura at ground level takes possession of the ball and then gets wrapped up in the tackle, and it'll be a ball up once again.
Yeah, good tackle out there. Stanley played a really good game last week as well. Love him on the footy. Played a lot forward last season, but he's looking fit, the fittest that I've ever seen him, and playing some really good footy.
Islet over the top to Darms, quickly onto the left foot, gets it inside forward 50 at ground level. Mummery's got the chance now, comes around in some space, and he's a clever finisher when he gets a couple of yards inside the forward line, and once again he's a dangerous player up forward. Yeah,
too easy that goal to Michael Mummery, so he's kicked 2 already in this game. We've gone nearly 25 and a half minutes in this first quarter. You just see him
clever
work, yeah, Islet.
And then Darms really quickly on the boot, and Tiwi defenders were under pressure, weren't they?
I mean, he was the one that went at that contest, just kept his feet. Kurt Dunn just lost track of him after the contest, and he just crumbed his own footy and kicked the goal.
It's great to see Michael Mummery back playing some good footies.
And he's looking fit.
He is, yeah. He's been all over the place a bit, hasn't he? But looks like he's settled here at Nightcliff now. And
which is good. He's gone back to I was talking to his mum a couple of weeks ago, and there's a warning here. So, Tiwi Bombers, the 666.
Had some problems with that last week as well. But over the top, Islet first hands on it, but picked up by Buxton, got it out to Philo. Just had a bit of a fumble there, but got caught high in the process, and so he gets the free kick, drills a pass out wide, but that's nicely read and chopped off by Tipalura on the left. Oh, that's a bit of a lazy kick leaning backwards and out on the full. So again, just coming out of defence, not finding a target and putting themselves under pressure once again.
Yeah, poor kick there. Just didn't have any pressure on him either. I think poor Jimmy down there is having a bit of a laugh with Islet, probably playing on one of his idols, I guess. Young fella. So, ground level. Plenty of Nightcliff jumpers there, but eventually it spills to Cantilla as the siren goes to end the quarter. And, one that Tiwi just held on, didn't they, really? Nightcliff had weight of possession and weight of field position, but Tiwi got themselves a couple of goals, but just a couple at the end of the quarter stretch the lead out. Yeah, the one from Michael Mummery just to end that quarter was probably was the one that they didn't want to give away, but just stretch that lead just a little bit more. Yeah, but the footy's good, isn't it? The ball's moving quickly. Just Tiwi need to be a bit cleaner with their passing, but terrific game of footy, and we'll be back with the second quarter shortly.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the Territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It's quarter time here in the round 4 clash between Nightcliff Tigers and Tiwi Bombers, and it's Nightcliff with a 19-point lead at quarter time and had most of the play. Tiwi had some opportunities. We just thought that they need to be a bit smarter, a bit cleaner with their possession, Tash.
Yeah, spot on there, Stu. Just the turnovers going into the forward 50 were costly for them, and just that late goal to Michael Mummery as well. So they'll really want to get the start of the second quarter going, and they really need to kick the first goal of the game. If they let Tigers sort of get that confidence, and I think Tiwi are a real, confidence building side, that they need to be on the up. So hopefully they can snag a goal back quickly.
So we're underway. Buxton up against Cantilla. Buxton wins this one easily down to Philo. He was pressured out of it though as the ball slips out loose. Tiwi trying to work it through the hands. They do. Eventually the hand pass comes over the top, and Brendan Cantilla gets a long kick inside forward 50. A big leap. The ball comes to ground level. Orville just had an air shot there. Brendan Cantilla follows up again, but just couldn't take possession of the ball as Philo gets it to Brown. Back to Philo. Oh, cleverly off the outside of the boot out there, and he's got Wild in plenty of space at half back, and now just waltzing around the outer side of the ground, waiting for things to open up, which they do, and gets it over the top. And Nightcliff often running it again through Scott. Scott goes long in tied forward 50. Butcher was there, but I think it was Kennedy that chopped in front of him, and he's taken the mark on the chest. Wastes no time now, swings around on the left foot, kicks towards goal, and he's put it straight through. So that's the one that Tiwi didn't need.
Yeah, they did not need a quick goal to the Tigers, so that lead just slowly creeping out here to the Bombers. And again, just the up and under kick into the forward 50 for the Bombers resulted in a turnover, and that's not the sort of way they need to go into the forward 50. Need to really use their speed and their skill. As we watch on replay here, just good delivery of the footy. So Kennedy kicks his second goal. Not much in that, a little bit of push and shove, but played on quickly here, just caught the Bombers napping.
Yeah, he's having another good day, Brett Kennedy. He's been all over the ground, mainly in the forward half, but does work back, and they use him through the midfield as well. So he's got a couple of goals and looking good again as Buxton wins this hit out, but again it's Tiwi at ground level, but the hand pass again to no one in particular, and running in off the wing for Nightcliff with Zach Moody, gets wrapped up, and it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, just a couple of complaints there to the umpires, the TV players, just a little bit of frustration creeping in.
Cantilla hooks it over the back cleverly to Brendan Cantilla. He smacks it forward. Oh, the mark spilt down there, but ball at ground level now. Paddy Heenan toes it out in front of himself, tries to pick up one-handed under pressure. Couldn't do so, and it's knocked over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Yeah, I think Orville caught one high there earlier on in that contest, but he dropped an absolute sitter.
So he's doing the ruck work now, grabs the jumper, I think. Play on's the call. That's an interesting hand pass over the top, but still play on's the call as John Tipalura tried to scoop the ball up but couldn't keep it in play.
So opportunity here to the Bombers. Interesting to see the way they set up. So a lot of pointing going around just off the contest here. Cantilla's on the run.
Orville in front just gets thrown out of the way basically as the ball spills out to Philo now. Just keeps it in play on the left foot. Babui in front tries to tap it forward. It slips over the back. And now a long kick towards goal on the left foot by Rioli. That's a fantastic finish. Braden Rioli from just about 50, but only a step or two, and on the left foot banged it straight through. And normally we see him in the forward line, but he's pushed up from defence to get involved in that one. Yeah,
half back he's playing at the moment. Just a shallow throw in, and Philo kept this footy in and resulted in a turnover here. Well done to Babui, but just off the back of the pack there, Braden Rioli. And yeah, a couple of steps, 49 metres out. That's a great goal, much needed. Can they go back to back? That's the next thing that they need to do, get back to back goals just to peg away at this margin, the Tiwi Bombers.
So a goal apiece early in this second quarter, and it's young Carlson Cantilla up against the experienced Buxton. Buxton got it at ground level and does again now. Gets the hand pass forward. Philo through the hands to Singlipo. Tries to break the tackle. Does eventually now. Swings back inboard. Chips the pass out wide. That's not going to hit the target as Thompson gets back. Tries to get the hand pass out to Dunn, but he gets worried out of it eventually, and it's picked up by Scott for Nightcliff. He's got players in the middle. Hand passes to Twycross. Twycross chips inside forward 50 on the bounce. It gets to Kennedy again. He goes by hand outside, and now the pass they're lined up in the middle of the ground, and it was just a matter of which one was the kick was going to go to, and it was Cameron Wild in the end who had the space.
Yeah, loose checking there to the Tiwi Bombers. And right in the corridor as well. He had all the time and the space in the world, as you said, Stu. And the Tiwi backline need to have a bit of a chat after this if it goes through.
Kick from Wild, a bit of a wobbler, and just to the left.
Let off there for the Bombers.
Yeah, wasn't the best looking kick on goal. But behind only, and now we go outer side of the ground. Rioli on that left foot again, along round the outer side. Mark just spilled out there, unfortunately, by Cunningham. And coming across for Nightcliff was Billy Henderson. Saw it over the boundary line.
Yeah, they were on out there as well, so needed to pluck that one, Cunningham. Be happy with that. No pressure on him either.
So on the outer wing, throw in, Buxton in front, falls short. It slips through his hands, and Cantilla just snaps it up. Oh, clever tap forward, and now they're off and running Tiwi. Oh, he's run a long way here.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get away from the opponents, and Dale Cunningham just kept running and running.
Yeah, we had a player come in to put on the Shepherd there. I thought he was going to take the bounce then, but he just kept running. So, we love the run and carry by the Bombers, but definitely needed a bounce that time.
So from halfback, Zach Moody drills it round the outer side, and Big Buxton takes the mark. Chips inboard on the left, the kick's good. Finds Mitch Norton. Norton swings around now on the left and drills the ball long down to half forward. Working his way to the front down there was Blackney Nota, and just had the arm grabbed, and he'll take the free kick.
All done there. And himself the free kick by getting in front. Let's see what they can do this time going forward, the Bombers. Not much movement up ahead. He's got nothing to real kick to. Now they start running. Dunn should get this footy.
Yeah, let's go. Spilt the mark, unfortunately. The running was terrific, and just waiting for the space to open up, and then he spilt the chest mark over the boundary line.
Yeah, and he ran from about 100 metres away as well to get that footy, and then let himself down. And again, just a costly turnover on the far side of the ground there to the Bombers. The shallow throw in there.
Yeah, Cantilla working at ground level. Carlson Cantilla has been good again. Gets the hand pass to Thompson. Thompson out wide looking for Rioli. Gets it back to Thompson. Hasn't got much to go to, but avoids the tackle of Scott, and then chips around the outer side. But Mark not taken again, and over the boundary line.
So again, Dunn got his hands to that one.
Yeah.
But late spoil there by Brody Philo. He's racked up a few possessions, but not like his last couple of games where he's over 30, I think, both games.
Yeah, that's right. So Wild at ground level, kicks long. He's got to go on over the back. That's a great kick. Oh, the mark spilt, but had enough time and enough.
Is that Kennedy
ability.
again?
It is Kennedy again, and just had the smarts to pick the ball up, get it on that left boot. So his second left-footed snap goal in this quarter, and Nightcliff get another one on the board and stretch that lead.
Yeah, they got it over the back here, so we said at quarter time that sort of was what Lee Crossman was referring to his players, and you can just see the long kick here. The Tiwi defenders that pushed up, and just at the back there was Kennedy. So yeah, just a little bit of disarray at the moment, the Tiwi Bombers defence.
Yeah, then they all ran past him, and he was able to just pick it up at ground level, snap it through.
Good crowd there. There's a good crowd here today.
Yeah, there should be. This game promises to be a ripper, and of course the women's game between these two clubs to follow. So big night of footy here at TIO Stadium. Buxton uses his body well in the ruck contest. The hand pass comes out to Eilert. He's caught with the ball. Gets something of a kick forward, not far. And now at ground level, poor Jimmy swings back on the left foot. That's a good pass to Brendan Cantilla. But again, just lazy hands trying to take the mark and spills out. Philo gets a quick kick forward and now out wide to Scott. Scott's got a free player in Mummery out here. Mummery trying to direct some traffic, goes into the pocket. That might be just a bit too wide. It is for Emery down there, and bounces over the boundary line.
Yeah, Emery with a good lead, but yeah, just that ball just out of reach for him. But a good opportunity here for the Nightcliff Tigers, and I tell you what, the Bombers don't want to give away another goal here. Tigers are set up well for this stoppage.
So
it's too strong.
Yep.
No,
I think he's going to win a free kick.
Yeah, blocked him out.
He's trying to work to the front and got manhandled out. So short, looking for Babui. Just gets to him. Babui looking for movement up forward, but not a lot.
Yeah, the big ruckman's parked under this.
And it gets over the back, and Brown reads it beautifully.
So again, just a turnover. They didn't have much to go to, so the zone that Nightcliff was setting up is working very well for them.
Oh, that's a great pass to Mummery in between Tiwi defenders, and now he switches the ball. That's a great kick once again, and terrific use of the ball as Moody takes that mark. He moves it on quickly out wide, and he's got Singh Lippo out there, out in plenty of space. So once again, Nightcliff forwards able to find some space, and players up the field able to find those players with the ball.
Yeah, kicked the first goal of the game, missed another one, but hit the post. I think he went across the face. So he can go back and kick his second goal, but more importantly for the Tigers, they're 8th, and it's not looking good for the Tiwi Bombers, just looking very flat.
Yeah, that's a great kick.
He's kicked it. So he's got his second.
Look at him go in celebration.
Yeah, he likes his celebration. The camera guy's got it well last time. So he loves kicking a goal. Young Lippo.
Yep.
One of his relations played in the Reader. Lippo played in the grand final, my Magpies team, in 2010-11. So good footy family, the Lippos.
Yes, and
kicking action. Here we go. Here's the celebration.
Just 19 years old, Tristan. That's
yeah,
great.
love someone that gets a celebration happening. More of the crowd. So back in the middle, but just worrying signs for the Bombers because they just look a little bit flat. Stu, not quite sure. Probably put Stanley Tipalura in the middle. He's at full forward, but I think they need him on the footy.
Well done, Babui. Got it over, and now too we've got the ball forward. Paddy Heenan running onto this one. Does that beautifully, but misses with the finish, but just ran inside those Nightcliff defenders like they were statues.
It's like they didn't move.
Yeah.
But here, once again, look at the way that they move the ball out, and that's a 50.
Yeah.
So, ill-disciplined, Tiwi Bombers, not good.
Politis takes that kick, and now they're down to half forward already as off the hands too. We've got the numbers here. They should be able to work it out, but just missed with the hand pass there, and it sweeps back, and now Edwards looking, gives himself a bit of space and then delivers inside forward 50 through the hands there of Emery, and Tiwi run it away round the outer side of the ground. It's Bice with a few bounces round the outer side. He bounces again, then almost gets caught with the ball. Probably lucky to get away with that one, but he's lost possession of it. Politis swings the hand pass inboard, and now it's Darms who gets a quick little left foot kick out wide.
Whistle for a dump. Yeah, dumped after he got rid of the footy.
Coming back to Cooper Darms. He chips it out wide in front of the old scoreboard there, and we'll chip it again to Politis.
Yeah, we need to man up here. Just too easy for the Tigers. We've gone 14 and a half minutes, so there's not a long time left in this quarter. Here's a turnover now. Let's see what the Tiwi Bombers can do.
Thompson goes backwards, trying to find something. Hand passes over the top to Brendan Cantilla. He chips out wide. He's got players forward. If the ball moves quickly, it does. Running onto it down here, Tipalura. John Tipalura, can he keep it in play? He can't. The forward line was open out there, and the kick was just too far out in front. And
don't mean to be critical, but just a bit of lack of effort there to keep that footy in. We know the sort of pace that John Tipalura, we've seen that brilliant game that he played last week. I just thought that he could have put in a little bit more effort to keep that ball in. He had a bit of space there to keep it in, but
you've got to take those opportunities when you've got them. And from the ruck contest, ball slips over the top, hand pass into a dangerous area, but well done by Scott. He hands it off, and Nightcliff running it out of defence now. That's a solid contact from Cantilla. He's
picks himself up, looks at the umpire. Tie cross.
All's fair though, and
that's an academy there by Cantilla. There's a bit of laughing there because they know that he took a dive there. But the Bombers just need to do a bit more here. Patrick Bowden won't be too happy with their effort. Again, just a shallow throw in, so they'll do that again. So Stanley Tipalura is still full forward. Oh, he's a damaging full forward, but need him on the footy, I feel, especially after the game he played last week and the bigger bodies of Tigers. Again, that's shallow.
Well, I think the rucks have to adjust a bit, don't they?
No.
Anyway,
so umpire's just telling the boundary just to come in a bit closer there. Needs to get it right up. She does now. Good work, that one.
Butcher wins a hit out, but at the back, well read by Tupamanda Mary with a quick kick forward at ground level. The sweeping hand pass. Heenan just gives it to Tipalura once again, but his kick didn't come back.
Yeah, it was under pressure, but still they're just they're not finding the space that they usually do, the Tiwi Bombers. And once again here, all the numbers out on the far side here for the Tigers. They can move this one out of the defensive 50 quite easily, and a player on centre wing.
So Edwards out on the wing, goes round the outer side looking for Mitch Norton out there, who they seem to be using forward this week. He was solid in defence last week, but looked like they're using him across half forward this week. So maybe they're worried about the small Tiwi forwards, and just for matchups they've got him.
So 37 points of difference, so it's just creeping away. They need to peg one back before half time.
Wild with the hand pass over the top. Darms gets it up, and hand pass comes back inboard. Clever use of the hands. Wild gets it back, and now Philo on the left kicks a high ball inside forward 50, using the bottom down there, and getting away with it was Kurt Dunn, but his kick has just gone too far once again and bounces over the boundary line. Brendan Cantilla had plenty of space out there, but couldn't keep the ball in.
It's another opportunity here for the Tigers to get their 10th goal from a stoppage. They usually set up pretty well around here. Tiwi look like they've flooded back, just off screen number of Tiwi players.
Buxton flicks it over the top, comes by hands.
Oh, that man.
Once
he's on fire.
And this time on the right foot, he swings it round, but that was clever work in the ruck, and Tiwi players just weren't alert to that at all around that stoppage.
Yeah, 4 goals already to Kennedy, 3 in this second quarter. But again, as you said, Stu, just off the stoppage, you can see there was a number of Bombers players that got back there, but no one checking Kennedy, no body on body. Just think they need to go man on man at the moment, the Tiwi Bombers, but just looking at their body language as well, just looking a little bit flat. They need to get the leaders need to get around them and say, you know, there's still 2 quarters of footy left here, plus the rest of this quarter. Don't let Tigers get any more goals. They need to get a couple themselves, but it's just not looking likely at the moment. Just you know, the flair and the impact of last week just doesn't seem to be there, and you can see Stanley Tipalura just run across there, and they've already got a 666 warning already in this quarter, and yep, it's going to be given away. So Stanley Tipalura is frustrated because he thought he was in the back line, but then they told him he was in the forward line.
And Nightcliff have reacted first with Twycross out wide, delivers inside forward 50 to Politis. Politis looking to move it on quickly now, got it across to Cameron Eilert. He chips the ball inside 50. Kennedy again coming out, just spilled it off the chest this time. Kurt Dunn hand passes back to a teammate in plenty of trouble. Spills to Kennedy again on the outside of the footy, centres it into the corridor, and now to Amanda Mary, hand passes over the top to Thompson. Thompson just bangs it out of defence down there, but well read by Wines, batted it forward, and Edwards able to tidy up, chips the ball to Wild, who runs inside forward 50 now, kicks long on the right foot close to the line, and coming in late was Kurt Dunn for Tiwi, managed to force it over for a behind.
See the ball movement. Blackney Noda with the kick-in duties here for the Bombers. But just again, the zone that Nightcliff set for the kick-outs just forces him, and there's a turnover already.
Cameron Eilert on the boundary line, kicks on the left towards the top of the goal square. The ball spills over the back. Politis gets his boot to it and bangs it through for another Nightcliff goal.
And he's second.
Yeah, so from a turnover again there, Tash, as you said, and
now it's blown out to 50. Stu, it's just the floodgates opening up. The alarm bells would be ringing for Patrick Bowden, because we've still got a half a footy left. We know that the Tiwi Bombers can score quickly, but just the way that they've played this first half is just lacking that flair and intensity that we saw last week. And the running both ways, I just feel they're attacking. They're a little bit flack, but then defensively to get back on the transition, it's just not happening for them at the moment.
So we're almost 22 minutes into this second quarter. Back in the centre of the ground, Buxton wins this hit out to Darms, who gets wrapped up in the tackle straight away. Yeah,
if they don't turn this around, it could be another big margin coming up in this game, like was in the last game.
Cantilla works his way to the front, gets the hit out down to Orville. Orville quickly on the boot, reaching over the top, just batting it forward. Wines gets wrapped up with the ball here, and it'll be a ball up at half forward for Tiwi at the airport end of the ground.
22 and a half minutes in the second. So the Tigers have kicked 6 goals to Tiwi's 1.
Oh, beautifully read by Brendan Cantilla, but slipped over unfortunately as he tried to duck back inside. And now there's going to be...
that should have been holding the footy. Took on the players there. And
I was sure he was going to signal that then.
Yeah.
So crossed his arms over his chest instead.
Yeah, I was with you, Stu. I thought he was going to call that. The arms went up instead.
Buxton takes it out of the ruck contest. Hand passes, misses the target, but gets to Mummery. He sweeps the ball outside to Scott. Scott has a running player in Wines back there, and he goes long. Bailey Edwards has got out in space over the back. Now ducks back inside. Philo's got space inside forward 50, and I'm not sure that he'll be handing it off from there.
Nah. Loves a goal, Brodie Philo. As you said, doesn't really racked him up like he usually does. It's still a half left. He'll probably come out and absolutely dominate in the second half, but noted goal kicker Brodie Philo, Nichols medalist.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone run around the back and call for the hand pass off him, Tash.
Yeah, no, not going to happen. They don't even bother with Philo, and plus he's got such a long, big kick.
Yep. Kicks on the way. He's pulled it a bit left, but
he's nailed it.
I think it's snuck in. It has. So he likes it, and it's a bit of a procession for Nightcliff in the late stages of this second quarter. That's 5 in a row, I think, since Tiwi scored the answer to the opening goal of the quarter. So
yeah, half-time can't come quick enough here for the Tiwi Bombers. Floodgates have well and truly opened up. 56 points, the difference already gone 24 minutes in the second. This time the Tigers have got players running everywhere for the 666, but they make it in time, so no warning to the Tigers. There's the Tigers bench, Lee Crossman there, Brenton Toyne behind the fan.
Buxton wins a hit out. At ground level, hacked off the ground by Politis. Darwin's at half forward, lost his footing, and then lost the ball as Rioli streams out of defence, gets a hand pass over the top. Cantilla across to Puruntatameri. Puruntatameri's kick bounces into the hands of Orville. Comes back here now and another chance, but there's a free kick off the ball Nightcliff's way, and just as Tiwi looked like they were mounting something deep forward, and it looks like Jay Moody's just copped one across the top of the head there.
Yeah, nothing going right for the Bombers at the moment. As we just go on to 25 and a half minutes in the second, they'll chip the ball around, and this is where Tiwi, so just too easy there, need to go man on man just to make a contest.
Yeah, there's space in the middle. Politis, he chips out wide. I think Nightcliff happy with the lead they've got, close to half time, and happy to keep possession as they work it around the outer side of the ground. Brown's gone a long way forward, gets it over to Wild once again. He chips the ball inside forward 50, and Sing Lippo once again gets on the end of it and just holds the ball up and says, I'll go back and have a shot. Yeah,
no pressure applied there on the Tigers by the Bombers, and you can see the body language due off screen. There's just a lot of heads down and sort of wandering around. There's just lacking a little bit of leadership out there at the moment.
So Sing Lippo's kick is missing near side, so through for a behind. And
there was you know, with the traditional stuff that they did before the game last week, and just the emotions and that sometimes that can, you know, you're really up and about and you can sort of, you know, come down a bit, but yeah, just missing that real excitement brand of footy that they played last week.
So over the top, nice mark taken by Puruntatameri. Tries to find a player in the middle of the ground, Paddy Heenan. He's done really well there to take that mark and kick on quickly. Out in front of Brendan Cantilla. Can he keep it in play? He does so. Taps it looking for Tipalura, but he tapped it back in.
When it's not going your way, nor does the bounce of the ball. Unfortunately, there by the Bombers, they were out. And potentially could have got their fourth goal, but they're stuck on 3. So they scored 2 early goals in the first quarter, and they've only scored 1 since. So they've nearly gone.
Yeah, that was early, so it was gone long periods in this quarter without being able to score as Brown burrowed through, almost had the ball taken out of his hands by John Tipalura, but over the boundary line and the siren goes. So a quarter really that was dominated by Nightcliff. 6 goals to 1, I think it was, and yeah, they as you said too, we're just looking a little bit flat there. It's all very well when the ball's running your way to be up and running, but you've got to do the defensive work, which they did last week to their credit, but they've just got to reset at half time here and have another crack in the second half, Tash.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Paddy Bowden does, whether he makes any changes. Not quite sure, you know, with the big changes that they can make, but I'd definitely be putting Stanley Tipalura on the footy. I just think that he's burst around the footy last week, and probably Kim Cantilla and Brendan Cantilla maybe just put them on the ball and get them involved.
So that's half time here at TIO Stadium. It's the Bombers with a comfortable lead. We'll be back with the third quarter after this break.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Kick to the top of the goal square, but Pint scrambling in defence, but only as far as Turnbull there. He hands it off to Carlin once again. He kicks long towards goal. The kick looks pretty good. I think it's just got there. It has. So first blood on the board to Waratah. To it, but again Pint set up in defence. This time the kick's smothered and play on's the call as the tackle comes in. Here's the big fella Hutt gets on the end of it, easy as you like, and just bangs it straight through the middle. Toby Hutt with the goal for Tars and gets his hand on it, then turns it over, and Pint trying to work it through the hands. The left foot kick is hooked right back into the goal square. It's going to go all the way, I think. It has, and that was Bennett for Pint as it's brought in by Smythe. Straight down the middle of the ground. Thomas Motlop's in some space at the back of the pack, and he's got another one. So just in the right place at the right time a couple of times. Thomas Motlop, Pint go inside forward 50 again. Ryan cleverly gets it over, and now a snapshot towards goal. Looks good. It is good. And that was Andrew Jones got on the end of that one. Ball at ground level is swooped on, and now an opportunity for Thomas Motlop. Just bats it forward, and now a snapshot for goal. Looks good. It is good. And
kind of stepped out to 25-point lead.
Kirby with the long kick straight down the middle of the ground. Williams spilt the mark. Here's a chance, and Hutt at ground level. So a costly mistake back there by Warwick Williams. He's ground, and Turnbull gets a hand pass over the top to Munkara. He goes for a run round the outer side of the ground. A couple of bounces now, loses control of it, but gets it back again. He has a third bounce. He's running all the way up to the goal line here. Kicks towards goal from about 10 metres out, and a terrific piece of play. We talked about having the courage to take the game on, Dave, and that's exactly what he did. To Cassidy. Cassidy kicks high towards half forward. Punched away off the hands. Silver with the hand pass over the top to the advantage of Brody Carroll. Brody Carroll on the left foot. And once again, just quick movement of the ball. It is for Pint. And tackled with the ball out wide there was Skeen McMahon. Now here's another shot at goal from out wide. It's Munkara again, is it? Straight through for a goal from out on the boundary line. Hooks one over the top again, but it's Pint at ground level. As Motlop on the outside of the boot kicks towards goal. It's swinging back. I think he's got it. He has got it. It's just got over the line. Stephen Motlop with once again a bit of magic. The city end half of the ground as they've all pushed back. Tars to try and stop it. Pint to try and get there's a kick off the ground out of the middle of the pack, and it's a goal, and Pint have got themselves back in front. We're just trying to work out who it is that they pick up off the ground. I think it might be Elliot Chalmers in there. I think it is, yeah. Kirby in front, gets it over the back to Collis. Collis gets a quick kick forward as the siren sounds. The game's over miraculously. Excuse me. Pint have given up a huge margin, and then somehow have managed to come back and got their noses in front and held on in the end to win by 1 point, Dave. What a game of footy. Oh. Kim Cantilla, so back to Tiwi, runs around the player on the mark, kicks along with the left. The kick looks pretty good. It's going right to the line. It's going over the line and through for the first goal of the match. And
Grappy in the midfield.
So from the rock contest, Tiwi again clearing away and a shot at goal. Swinging back on the breeze, looks good. It's Timothy Babui. And his teammates get around him. That's another goal to Tiwi. Pretty well behind there. Use it to Michael Dunn. He chips the ball down towards centre half forward. Or through the hands. Ball slips out. And now another chance for Tiwi. The ball's banged on the boot there by Jason Purantarameri Jr. And it's another Tiwi goal. Streaming out, and now the ball at ground level again. And Palmerston defenders are worried as it's picked up by Orville this time. On the left foot, he kicks along towards goal. It's floating all the way through. Brock Orville gets on the scoreboard as well to get it to Tipalura. Tipalura kicks inside 50 at ground level. There's another opportunity. Running round, Roy Cantilla swings on the right foot. Just found himself some space. And Kim Cantilla, it was, that kicked that goal.
In front, but he did well to get back in front of it.
Patulo wins the hit out down to Edmonds. Edmonds snaps at goal. I think he's got it. He has. It's another Palmerston goal, and it's Edmonds again. Kick looks like that's going across the face. It's falling short, punched away from behind. Kim Cantilla at ground level picks up, snaps around the corner, and celebrates as well as anyone ever has with a fist pump to the air. Control it in the end, and now he's got some support from McDonald Tipping-Woody. Gets it back. And now back over the top to McDonald Tipping-Woody. Snaps towards goal. I think he's got it. He has, and his first goal for the game. Tiwi off and running once again as Orville kicks down here in front of the grandstand. Kim Cantilla cleverly pushes off Wills, runs inside forward 50 now, steadies himself, kicks towards goal. Got it. And that's another beautiful finish. And Kim Cantilla is having some sort of game.
That's his third goal for the day.
Got tackled as he took possession of the ball. Cantilla got it over to Brendan Cantilla, streaming away, kicks inside forward 50. That's a beautiful pass. So Kim Cantilla kick on the way. Looks pretty good, I think. It's going right to the line. Goal umpire had to duck underneath it, but it's through for a goal. Affects Cruz in the marking contest. The ball spills to Patulo. He's got a player in space out the back. It's Church as the ball bounces away from him. He's running into the open goal. Can't miss that one. And that was better transition play by Palmer. So Cantilla wins a hit out straight down to Orville. Orville kicks long down towards half forward. McDonald Tipping-Woody running with the flight of the ball, snatches it out of the air and runs in and bangs it through for another Tiwi goal, his second.
Willing to run out of there, so it certainly caused a lot of trouble at Palmerston when they've gone forward.
Patulo did the ruck work, gets it back, swings the ball towards goal. Looks good, it is good. It's gone through for another Palmerston goal there. Second in this quarter. Now Patulo chips in short to Wills. He's got a player over the top, and surely another goal here. And again, it's Church who gets on the end of it and runs in and kicks his third goal, his second from about a metre out. He's in space all by himself. He's got a player out wide. As the siren goes, he swings it out there, and the Tiwi fans rejoice with a comfortable victory here, and obviously one that has a lot of meaning with the ceremony that they had before the game, Nick, and everything that's happened on the Tiwi Islands over the last month or so. Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It's round 4 of TIO NTFL action in the Men's Premier League game. At half-time, it's Nightcliff with a comfortable 51-point lead over the Tiwi Bombers. I'm Stu Davis. I'm joined by Tash Medbury. Tash, Tiwi a little bit disappointing this week.
Yeah, we're just talking off air, just lacking the flair and intensity as that they had last week, and just running both ways, attacking and defensively. It's just really lacking compared to last week, and just looking so flat where they're up and about last week, and just hoping that there's some sort of flair that can fire them up in this second half.
Yeah, Nightcliff are a quality side, of course, but so they're in good form as Philo wins that clearance, hooks it over his shoulder to the wing out here. Moody running onto it, gets a quick hand pass forward. Buxton at ground level does pretty well to get the hand pass over the top, but it's chopped off, and chance for Michael Dunn now. Swings back outside, gives it to Rioli, back to Dunn. He's under plenty of pressure here. The ball spills out in the tackle, and Brett Kennedy starts off where he finished in the first half and wins himself a free kick, chips inboard and finds Cameron Wild at centre half forward.
Yeah, Brett Kennedy didn't look too flash during the half-time break. He was throwing up. I don't think he had anything left in his belly. He was absolutely spent laying on the ground at half-time.
So Wild from 50. That's a magnificent kick. Yes, he had a spare player inside forward 50 there that was yelling for it, but Wild knew exactly what he was doing. And he's kicked that from 50, and it's gone through half goal post height. Yeah,
not what the Bombers wanted, and Wild, good goal. It's gone straight back into the midfield. We just watch here, good tackle by Kennedy on Dunn. Dropping the footy, but then he moved the ball quickly, and Wild was all by himself out there. Kim Cantilla undersized. And he's kicked that from about 52 with ease.
Yeah, that was a terrific finish. So a great start once again for Nightcliff in this third quarter. Buxton just steps over the line and wins that hit out down. Hacked off the ground by Scott for Nightcliff down towards half forward. Kennedy runs out and fires a hand pass backwards, but Moody's kick is chopped off by Braden Rioli, and he's sprinting around the grandstand wing, delivers the ball forward of centre wing. And nicely taken by Heenan. He wheels around on the right foot, kicks into the corridor. The ball at ground level. Here's a chance for Tiwi, a snapshot at goal. And they had players forward of the ball, I think, that could have been given to. And Orville it was. Took it on himself and just missed it to the right.
Good work, Braden Rioli. Just took the game on. That's what they need more of, the Bombers.
Brown brings the ball in. Beautiful pass.
This has been a bit of a letdown for the Bombers as well, just how easily that the Tigers come out of the defensive half.
Adrian Scott inboard to Eilert, Cameron Eilert. Chips it to Moody. Zach Moody swings around now and now runs forward. Has a player on the lead in Butcher, and it's a beautiful pass outside 50, gives it back to Moody. Hand passes again off to Philo. He doesn't even look, snaps it on the right boot, but he's just dragged that across and through for a behind.
The Tigers play it down and back play.
Yeah, it might be Moody that gave that hand pass off.
Slowly getting up now. Michael Dunn with the kick out duties. Tigers bench waiting to get back on. Linus, and we just seen earlier the camera shot of the Chief Minister sitting in the grandstand, of course a Nightcliff Tigers supporter. Then we've got the Bowden families as well, so Sean's team played the game before this in districts, and got Patrick coaching the Tiwi Bombers, and I think Joel's still all part of the Tigers.
Yeah, I think he's got kids playing for the Tigers, so yeah, heavily involved as Dunn gets that pass forward, running onto it, was Bice, just couldn't control it, got it out eventually, and now Cantilla, Brendan Cantilla just blasts one into the forward line. Not much science in that kick, and Brown just easily read that and took the intercept mark. Nathan Brown, the captain of Nightcliff.
Yeah, he'll be enjoying the ease in that back line. It's been so far for them today.
Just through the hands of Philo there, cleverly done, and now a chance to go forward. Here's a chance for John Tipalura. Chips the ball, just waiting back when he should have attacked the ball was Dale Cunningham, and now there's a
holding the footy.
Another chance.
Yeah.
Incorrect disposal out there, so it's John Tipalura.
Yep. The coach's box there for the Tigers. We've got Brenton Toy sitting up in the box, but as you said, Lee Crossman coaches from the bench. So does Patrick Bowden for the Tigers, for the Tiwi Bombers. So a bit of a slight breeze. Needs to aim for that furthest goal post for it to come back around the Bombers.
Taking plenty of time over this one. John Tipalura kicks on the way now. It's going right to the goal line. I think it's got over. That's a terrific goal from out there.
He snuck it in.
He had confidence the whole time that he was going to make the distance there, and had it on line. Just got it over the reach of the players on the goal line. So an answering goal for Tiwi in this third quarter, and they need to string a few together.
Yeah, we watched on the replay. It was a good kick. 48 metres out. Tough angle. We nailed it. Need a few more of those, the Tiwi Bombers. A lot better. Their first goal in a while.
Yeah, that's right. Nightcliff 6 in a row before that, I think. So 5 in the last quarter and the first one of this quarter. So, yeah, as we said, just Tiwi need to get their hands on the ball and string some together. And we know what can happen when they get on a roll.
And we're looking forward to that fella on the bench. Back out there soon for them, Darley. A couple of weeks away, I believe.
Philo slams that one forward, but the mark spilt and Michael Dunn pounces on the loose ball, chips it out wide to Thompson. Thompson tries to swing the hand pass over the top, just falls a bit short, but now comes back out to Rioli, who hand passes over the top to Purantatameri. He's got some space to run now. Drills the pass inside 50, but Nathan Brown read it best on the bounce, just couldn't control the ball, but eventually it's Twycross who picks up, gets a hand pass back out to Peris back to Brown, and again they find space coming out, and Scott takes the mark and chips inboard. The mark spilt here by Politis, but he recovers, but his hand pass misses the target. John Tipalura just has a bit of a fumble there and allows the Nightcliff players to come in as he's back involved again, tries to break away, gets a hand pass out, and now Tiwi with a chance. It just slides past Brendan Cantilla there, but they've got 3-on-1. Eventually it comes to Cantilla. He tries a chip pass back in. That was a clever kick, good vision, found Paddy Heenan. He plays on straight away into the corridor, and that was better use of the ball as Kim Cantilla gets on the end of it in the corridor.
Yeah, that looked better by the Tiwi Bombers, and Kim Cantilla kicked a few last week, Kim Cantilla. So this will be the first time they've had back-to-back goals if they can kick this. Remember that out of that 4-2 come early in the first 5-7 minutes of the first quarter. So we're going to kick 2 since.
Cantilla directly in front. Goal umpire makes a bit of room. He's just pulled it to the left. So an unfortunate miss there for Tiwi. It was a good build-up.
Yeah, won't be happy with that one. Known for his goal kicking. There's Brody Philo doing kick-out duties. He's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. So Nightcliff trying to bring it out of defence, but Kim Cantilla gets the hand pass out. Here's a chance with a shot on goal, but again, it's missed to the right this time. That was Riley Bice. He's had a few touches early in this quarter, but...
you know, the one that Paddy Heenan missed in the second quarter, I think it was, open goal. And they have had 2 gettable goals there, you know, that make the most of their opportunities. That could have been 7 goals that they could have potentially had. Gets them a little bit closer to the Tigers. So they haven't been terrible, just very flat.
Henderson from the back pocket kicks long down the wing, but almost uncontested there. Mark taken by Clayton Tipalura.
50.
Right. He chips out short, out wide to Carlson Cantilla. Swings inboard now and kicks long down towards half forward, just through the hands. It slips out the back. Here's another chance for Tiwi at ground level. Oh, the check side kick, but Brendan Cantilla.
Geez, they're peppering the goals now, but it's just not going in. It's just not their day, is it?
I'm not sure about the check side from that side. It probably wasn't the right option, but Cooper Darms for Nightcliff. Chips wide to Brown.
This is a little bit better by the Bombers. Just the slowing the defensive play here for the Tigers. So they chipped it around a bit, but it was a lot more easy in the first half, coming out of the defensive 50 for the Tigers.
So Darms to Rinaldi, and now Rinaldi round the outer wing. That's a good pass. And finds Big Buxton, who wastes no time. Gets it onto Wild on the outer wing. He chips inboard. This one's going to be chopped off. Well read by Bice out there, and now he runs off, kicks on the left, and that's a good pass to Stanley Tipalura. Wheels around on the right foot, goes long towards the goal. Brown's working back there, so's Brendan Cantilla. A terrific mark, running with the flight of the ball under pressure, and just had eyes on the ball the whole way, and just snatched the mark in front of the hands of Nathan Brown.
Yeah, good work, Stanley Tipalura, and again, that's what they need to do, move it in there quickly. Got over the back. It's just not that in. You and I both held our breath there. I thought he'd missed that one. But he got it.
He got it, and it is 2 goals in a row to Tiwi for the first time in the game. So, as you said, Tash, they've looked a bit more up and about early stages of this third quarter.
Which is good signs. I mean, it's going to be hard for them to come back from here, but then you've got to take the positives out of the game, and so Patrick Bowden will be happy with the way that they've come out so far in this third quarter.
Just looking at the replay here, Cantilla never took his eyes off the ball, and
he got one across the chops as well from.
Yeah. And there's the kick at goal, which, well, you've got all that space, you can use all of it.
Brownie was not happy with that. He had a bit of a chat to the couple of the defenders there as well, to his defenders, so he wasn't happy with the way that come in, but not much you can do. It was over the top.
Yeah, that's right. So Buxton wins the hit out. Emery just left the ball behind, but went back on it and got a hand pass forward. Thompson bounces it like a basketball in traffic there, but at ground level, Wild got it out, and a quick kick comes forward. Now there's some space in the Nightcliff forward line. Just working hard out of defence here is Briston, but couldn't control the ball, and it's a stoppage just outside forward 50 for Nightcliff.
Yeah, he's moved over from the Buffaloes, Briston.
Yep.
His first game for the Tiwi Bombers, which is good. And you know, the dominance that the Tigers have been in this game, Butcher has hardly got a touch of the footy, so they're playing well on him. He was a little bit frustrated with the ball coming into the 50, the earlier kick. Here it is now.
Be frustrated with that one too, I think.
He sort of was like letting the players know to get it in a lot quicker. I mean, they haven't really utilised him in this game at all. Big Butcher.
No, that's right. Yet to hit the scoreboard, and he's rarely touched the ball. So
yeah, I don't think he's even taken a mark.
I don't think he has. So Tiwi trying to run it out of defence here. Dunn runs into some traffic and then chips it out wide to Briston, and Briston just jogs off around the outer side of the ground. Has a bounce now and decides to go long, looking for Cunningham. That's a good kick.
That is. They're out here. They've got an overlap.
Purantatameri on the lead. Ball at ground level spills out towards the boundary line. Twycross tackled with it.
Yeah, just took a little bit too long to get that ball moving there, and allowed the Tigers defenders to then man up on the overlap that they did have.
Clayton Tipalura in the ruck contest, but wasn't much of a contest in the end, and he gave away the free kick, in fact. So Buxton to take the free kick for Nightcliff. Looks inboard, but
he's got to play it by himself in the centre square, but goes down the field.
Brixton hands to the ball but couldn't take the mark, and now Mummery tries a quick kick, but that got smothered. Tiwi got plenty of numbers around the ball here as they paddle it forward. Needed to get it out wide, but Carlson Cantilla eventually picked up, tried to run through, got caught with the ball, and it's Kennedy again doing the tackling this time, and now drills the pass in, looking for Cameron Eilert. Gets forced to ground, and Moody at ground level has a shot for goal. He likes it, snuck it inside that right-hand goal post, and might have been a case for Cameron Eilert to get a free kick there, but Moody was in the right place, front and centre, picked it up on the half volley and finished beautifully.
Yeah, well done by the Tigers, but the defensive effort there by their forwards, Butcher was really involved, and in the end, Brett Kennedy with the tackle that resulted in the free kick to him, and good contest there by Cameron Islet, that, as we know, always gives 150% in everything that he does. And the Tigers, again, break away 13 goals in this game. They've had 7 goal kickers today, and it's been a good spread. I mean, as we said, the Butcher hasn't really got his hands on the footy, but I think their best player so far has been Brett Kennedy by far.
Yeah. So caught with the ball there, and it's a Tiwi free kick. Cantilla goes wide to Puruntatameri on the left. That's a good pass forward. And Brendan Cantilla just tries a sneaky hand pass out the back, put Babui under pressure, and missed him. In fact, Brendan Cantilla again at ground level, and Babui toe pokes back to Tipamenta-Mary. He tries to get past an opponent, eventually does, gets the hand pass over the top, but they've just run out of space in that forward pocket.
Yeah, the idea was there was just the execution with the handball, missed his player, and it caused the turnover. So Carlson Cantilla hasn't been as dominant, but he's done well against the bigger size ruckman. I thought that he would, the Nightcliff ruckman would dominate a lot more than what he has. Yeah.
Emery fished out the hand pass, and the kick comes out. Mummery just got rid of his opponent, but then couldn't get back to the ball. As Blackney Noda burst through. Free kick going against him for incorrect disposal.
A bit harsh, that one.
It's Kyle Emery, who they seem to throw all over the place. Starts forward, plays a wing, goes into the midfield, and that's a beautiful kick. And Wines on the outer side has a player running in. Bailey Edwards got some space, and now he's got Kennedy free in the forward half as gets to him on the bounce. He hooks the kick over his shoulder. Briston's going to be first there with the fist. Kurt Dunn out of defence now, runs away, has a bounce, looks over his shoulder, and then delivers for Puruntatameri. That's a beautiful pass.
Yeah, it was. Good play there. Back there by Kurt Dunn, and 50. So this will take him further afield.
So Jason Puruntatameri, the junior of them, he's kicked it to where the player on the mark has to get back to, and he's allowed to have it again.
Yeah, he's lucky there. The umpires let him get away with one there. I reckon he played on with the 50, which he can do, but the umpire was kind enough to let him do it again.
Hands it off to Thompson, but this one's straight into the hands of Jay Moody in defence. He chips out wide and finds Wines. And Wines has got a player free, and Cameron Islet, he chips inboard to Philo. He's got Akers in front of him if he can get past. He's got Kennedy in a one-on-one. Well, he's a one-on-none, really. There's that much space out there, and Philo, of course, delivers beautifully to him on the left, and Kennedy takes the mark about 35 out. He's got a player running forward, Cameron Islet. He takes the mark, and it's hardly a Tiwi defender to be seen as Nightcliff just run forward and into space.
Yeah, done. Just lost track of Brett Kennedy that got out the back, but Brodie Philo just off one step just moved the ball quickly, and I mean that's not an easy kick, but he just makes it look effortless. Yep. Brodie Philo, we know he's got a beautiful kick on him, and here's Cameron Islet, the legend.
Yeah, he's not on the board yet either, so he'll be looking for this one. No, he's pushed that across the face, I think. Disappointed with that kick. And,
yeah, it's funny the amount of players that set shots they're a bit dodgy with, but on the run, you probably write it down every day of the week. But yeah, there's a few players that get a bit hazy in front of goals on the set shot.
Paddy Heenan in the back pocket. There's Rioli running forward, but now plays on around the player on the mark, drills the pass in. It gets over the back. King Cantilla tries to run now, ducks back around, and now he's found some space, taps the ball on the ground, still running, has a bounce now. Yeah. Looking for it to open up in front of him, but hand passes over the top, and they work the ball through the hands again as Puruntatameri kicks out here. Tipamenta-Mary runs onto that, gets the hand pass over the top. Swing around the corner is Tipalura.
He's got a kick that he burnt his teammate there that kept running. Needed to give the hands off there, and he apologises now. Oh, you got to nail those ones. Good running. It was good running from Paddy Heenan. He started in the half back and got the ball then forward to centre.
Yeah, he's had some good moments today, hasn't he, Paddy? He's in the veteran class now, but he brings something to the side still as Nightcliff work around the outer side. And
they needed him because there's no tipper, of course, with his leadership and experience. And talking to the Magpies guys after last week, and they said just the talk and the leadership of tipper out there is so important for the Tiwi Bombers, and that's probably one thing that's lacking a little bit today, I feel, is that leadership and that experience. Paddy Heenan coming in brings that, but I think tipper, they just play a little bit more better when tipper's around.
So Nightcliff have just worked this across half back and then forward, and well done by Rinaldi there. Get it over the top to Wild. Wild runs to 50. We know he can kick the ball. He tries to pass this one off. Getting back was Babui, got a hand to it. Got some support now. Gives it over to Dunn. That's not the best of kicks, but it'll be effective in the end to Thompson. Thompson swings the hand pass back to Rioli, has a bit of a fumble, and now kicks out of bounds on the full, trying to get it to John Tipalura. So again inside 50, and the mark's taken by Politis. He chips the ball forward, not far enough according to the umpire, and Cameron Eilert under all sorts of pressure as Dunn gets the hand pass out, but the bounce favours Kennedy, who hooks the ball over his shoulder into the goal square, but working back nicely was Tanner Blackney-Noda for Tiwi. Got a fist to it and over for a behind.
Yeah, he's going to have to kick out duties here. Plays on quickly.
A couple of leads and finds Orville at half back. He swings onto the left with that heavily bandaged left knee as Cantilla just got his hands to it, but I left the ball behind. Hand pass comes over the top to Butcher. Butcher's tackled, the ball spills out. It's a free kick against Cantilla, picks it up, wastes no time. Perhaps should have given that hand pass, but he's taken it on himself. And now under pressure again, gets a kick downfield. The mark spilt down there by Wines. He fishes the hand pass out to Brown, and Brown goes wide, and now Nightcliff can rebound again from defence, and they've got players in space forward of the ball once again as Politis gets a hand to it, gets a hand pass over the top. Kennedy inside forward 50 now, kicks about 40 metres backwards to Brown, and Brown just slows things up and has Philo.
Yeah, he's popped up everywhere today, Brown as well. You don't see a turnover by Philo very often.
So Paddy Heenan now sees a runner out wide, and this is Bice on the left foot, and down towards half forward in front of Puruntada Mary. Got tackled and got the hand pass out. Well played by Henderson for Nightcliff, and found a player back inside in the corridor who was Twycross. And Twycross now to Darms inside the corridor. He's drills a pass to the big fella Buxton, looking to play on and now called to play on. He goes long on the left foot. Kennedy's in the contest, but over the top was Mitchell Norton, and he's got a player free in the goal square, but I think he really wasn't on balance to kick that pass, so did the wise thing and will go back and have the shot.
Yeah, I was just about to say before they went into the forward 50 there that they'd be happy with this quarter. It's 2 goals apiece. If he kicks this one, then Tigers have kicked 3 in this quarter, but positive signs by the Tiwi Bombers. He's missed it, shanked it.
Missed it to the right. So, yeah, they've missed a few chances this quarter, but
and both teams have as well. So, yeah, positives that Patrick Bowden can take into the 3-quarter time. We've gone 23 minutes in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's right. Well, when you look at it too, we've scored 2 goals 6 this quarter, so they really have missed some opportunities as Dunn brings the ball in and kicks the ball high out towards the centre of the ground. Cantilla works his way to the front of the pack, but couldn't take the mark. Dunn gets the hand pass, and now they're off and running through Babui. Babui goes long to an open forward line, but it spills out the back now. Stanley Tipalura again. He's got Heenan running, ignores him, goes for goal himself. I think he's
nailed it.
He's made amends this time. But he did have Paddy Heenan running one past once again. But Stanley Tipalura, a nice finish in the end and getting himself on the board.
Yeah, good finish. We know he's a noted goal kicker. He's spent the majority of the day in the forward line. Last week we seen him on the ball. Very rarely did he go into the forward line. for a bit of a rest. He did from time to time, but yeah, just someone of his quality and his skill, as we see there, just too easy. He makes it look easy. I would have played him a little bit more on the ball today, but yeah, no, that's for reasons unknown. He hasn't been on the ball at all today, really.
So a good end-to-end goal from Tiwi, and
so they 3 goals they've kicked in this quarter to Nightcliff's 2.
Yeah, that's right. And we're 24 and a half minutes in as Cantilla appealing for the free kick in the ruck contest, but not given. Philo blasts the ball forward, but well read down here by Babui. Oh, he's shanked that kick and given his teammates some work to do. Darms did pretty well to pick the ball up, get it back to Edwards. Edwards over to Wild long to a one-on-one at full forward. Good defensive work by Briston there on the big fella Norton, and just to knock the ball out of his hands as he was about to take the mark and got it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Yeah, to knock it out and not give away the free kick for chopping of the arms or anything like that. That was a good spoil. He's a good pick-up. Gives them a little bit of height back there. They don't have too much height. The Buffaloes as well last night back was Kelvin Williams, and he's been focusing, but he played a brilliant game, and Buffaloes are lacking a little bit of height down back. So yeah, he's a massive inclusion for them.
So from that ruck contest, it's Tiwi running the ball away. Babui running straight up the middle of the ground now. Drives the ball long into the centre. Good work by Moody, cutting across there, got his hands to the ball, gives it to his brother, and now hand pass swung forward by Wild, but this time just chopped off by Conlon, got a hand to it, and now he's
gone, I reckon.
Going to be in trouble here. It was dragged in. It was probably dragged in by the Tiwi player, but that's the way they pay them these days, as the hand pass comes out to Thompson, and the siren goes and beats another forward foray by Tiwi, but a much more promising quarter from Tiwi, and they won that quarter. And as you said earlier, Tash, it's about taking positives out of the game and looking to the rest of the season rather than the result of this game.
Yeah, it is, and 42 points the difference. I mean, it's still a big score, but you think that they kicked 3-6 in that quarter. Yeah. So a lot of them, easily 3 of them should have been goals. So they could have really turned the game around and given them a bit of hope in this last quarter. But I think it's still beyond reach for the Bombers.
Oh yeah, but it's an entertaining contest, and it is. No doubt everyone will be tuned in for the last quarter, which we'll be back with shortly.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back to TIO Stadium. It's the start of the fourth quarter here. Nightcliff Tigers versus Tiwi Bombers, and Nightcliff had a pretty comfortable 51-point lead at half-time, but Tiwi have fought it out pretty well in that third quarter, and they in fact won the quarter, Tash. Yeah,
they did. Their 13 scoring shots to... No, what they have? 9 scoring shots to 4, I think it was. So if they play like they did that quarter and, get the margin back a bit closer, there's lots of positives that they can take out, considering that, the run and carry from last week sort of hasn't been there, but they're trying. You can see them trying to create that, which is good. Their heads haven't gone down and they haven't given up, which they could have done after half-time with the lead that they had of 51 points. But, it's positive signs for the Tiwi Bombers and always positive signs for the Tigers. So Nightcliff take it away from the centre. Scott's kick goes down to half forward, but tied it up by Dunn. Well, nicely picked up on the half volley by Orville. Orville kicks out in front here. That's a beautiful pass going forward. And now Tiwi with a chance. Kim Cantilla gets it over the top. Purun Tatameri running onto it down here, but Nathan Brown, ever reliable, just read that out the back, got the hand pass over the top to Rinaldi. Rinaldi through the hands to Twycross, and he goes inside the centre square, where Kyle Emery takes the mark and hands off to Philo running from behind, and he goes out wide to Cameron Eilert on the outer side of the ground. Adrian Scott kept running for Nightcliff, and takes the mark forward of Eilert, and about 55 out from goal. Tries to chip the pass in, but just can't get it to make any butcher.
Kurt Dunn read it beautifully, and now Tiwi running the ball out of defence, and Orville takes a mark again. Back edge of the centre square. He wastes no time thumping the ball long. It's going to fall in the hands of Paddy Heenan here, but there's a free kick going Nightcliff's way to Billy Henderson, who was just blocked out of the contest.
It was there, but it didn't need to do that.
No.
I thought Paddy Heenan was going to get to that ball anyway, or at least create a contest that would have brought it to ground. They had the numbers there, the Bombers.
Zach Moody chips the ball inboard. Philo diving, takes the mark, and stands up and kicks looking for Eilert. Has the ball thumped away from him. Kim Cantilla was just a bit lax on attacking that ball. Looks like he's a bit sore actually, as Nightcliff work it through the hands. Wines with the kick inboard. Cooper Dams, he got cleaned up off the ball. Play on's the call, as again a strong tackle. Now kicked off the ground, and Nightcliff inside forward 50 with a chance. The kick comes high to the top of the goal square. Mummery takes a great mark on the chest in the contest, and he uses his body really well to get to the fall of the ball, and that was no exception there, and he takes a mark just at the end of the goal square.
That was a good kick close to the boundary line there to put it to the hot spot. Done well to screw that ball around, but Mummery is going for his third goal. Kick his first 2 in the first quarter, and he slots that one.
So first goal of the fourth quarter to Nightcliff. They've scored the first goal in every quarter, so Mummery just on the end of that one, and just seeing the replay how he finds the fall of the ball.
Yeah, just this kick. It was none other than Brett Kennedy. Just did well to screw that ball around and in the hot spot. And he took it on the chest as well. Braden Rioli couldn't get a hand in there. Just protected the ball, dropped really well there, Michael Mummery.
So first goal of the last quarter to Nightcliff. They stretch that lead out to 8 goals. And we're back in the centre with Liam Buxton up against Carlson Cantilla, as they have been for most of the day. And Cantilla tried to run around that one and got nowhere near it, as Buxton just hand passed it forward. But good defensive work by Tiwi, putting the pressure on. Picked up down here by Port Jimmy. He tries to chip the ball forward, but Wild just chipped in and took the intercept mark. Now runs off towards the centre of the ground, has a bounce and kicks long. That's a thumping kick down to the top of the goal square. Butcher this time got his hands to the ball again.
I think he got whacked in the head as well.
Free kick this time.
He's going to gets a free kick and should go back and slot this. He's had a tough day at the office, and that's not in any regards to, Tigers haven't had a lot of the footy. A bit of a smile there. But yeah, it just hasn't got to him. He's done a lot of work off the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, just haven't really needed him as a big target down there. They've got the smaller goal kickers popping up, and Michael Mummery and Brett Kennedy. They've kicked 7 between them.
So Butcher's kick, no problem whatsoever, straight through the middle, and gets himself on the board, and Nightcliff stretch away again.
8 goal kickers they've had so far, the Tigers. All individuals for the Bombers.
Yep.
At multiple. Michael Mummery's got 3, Brett Kennedy's got 4, Tristan Singlippo's got 2. Pilatus has 2, or single for the others.
Yeah, it's a good spread, and unusually Cameron Islet's not amongst the goal kickers so far, so that's in one way that's probably pretty good signs for Nightcliff.
Yeah, and Philo's only got 1. He usually kicks a couple a game.
So again, Buxton wins that hit out down to Wild under some pressure, gets the hand pass backwards. Good follow-up assistance as Kennedy loops the hand pass over the top to Wild. He's running closer to the boundary line now. Swings back inside after a bounce. He's in trouble, gets the hand pass off to Pilatus. Pilatus high to the top of the goal square. Well, Rioli spilt the mark, and
there's his second.
At ground level, Philo just lapped that one up. Yeah, so Braden Rioli unfortunately got his hands to it in front of the pack, couldn't hold on to it, and just spilt straight to the feet of Brody Philo.
Yeah, so he's a multiple goal kicker now as well. As I said, he usually on average kicks a couple of goals. Brody Philo looks like he's resting down forward. So he's been in the midfield pretty much all day, helping his back line out as well, but here he is just front and centre. Little celebration there. Brody been such a strong player for the Tigers over their success of the last 10 years now, I think. 10 years.
Yeah.
We've won 2 Nichols set now. So 2
I think. Yeah, tied 1 year. Anyway, it's Nightcliff going forward again. Ball spills to Bailey Edwards. He chips inside forward 50. Michael Dunn running back with the flight of the ball, spilt the mark, and got the hand pass off to Briston, who hand passes over the top. But plenty of pressure on Kurt Dunn then from Pilatus, and the ball spills over the boundary line.
Yeah, a lot of tired players out there. I know it's not the 2 o'clock game when the lights are on, but it's been pretty muggy here in Darwin the last couple of days. So even though the sun's not shining down, I know last night we played at 6, and I tell you what, it was still so hot.
Pilatus runs onto this one. He gets tackled by Brendan Cantilla, but again over the boundary line. Yeah, they're forecasting chance of rain Monday. That'll be good.
Yeah, we definitely need it, and see a lot of players cramping up. We did in the last game in the last quarter. It really started to cramp up.
So almost every player in the Nightcliff half of the ground is
shallow throwing again, I think. Yeah.
Carl Emery thought it was a gift for him to run
he was running.
Goal.
Yeah, he was away.
So he's going to get a free kick this time in the ruck contest. So against Carlson Cantilla. So he's a bit of a Mr. Fix-It, Emery. They use him all over the place, and he's known as a forward, obviously, a target forward. But
and such a reliable shot on goal as well. I don't want to put the mockers on him, but when he was at Palmerston, I think he won out best and fairest playing in the midfield.
So Emery will be kicking from just inside 50. It's such a reliable kick at goal.
Yeah, you don't see that very often whatsoever from Emery. Just totally misjudged that.
Rioli in the back pocket for Tiwi. Not a lot of movement. And he's going the barrel, I think.
Yeah, he's going the top.
Wild wobbled it forward. Butcher got his hands to it. Fell to King Cantilla, over to Brendan Cantilla. They use it through the hands over the top now. Bice takes it nicely, and he's off and running with a couple of bounces. Almost lost control. He's got a player outside. Goes himself with a wobbling kick towards the goal line. But off to the right and through from behind.
Yeah, unfortunate there, but took the game on.
Yeah, exactly.
Got a bit of wheels on him as well.
Yeah. So Paris to Wines. He's got Bailey forward of him, Bailey Edwards, and he takes the mark, chips it round to Twycross. So just racking up some possessions here as they look to take control in the back half, and comes back. Oh, looking for Wines here. Is he going to keep it in play? No, the goal umpire's signalled that that's gone over the line. So it'll be a boundary throw in. So just a little bit untidy in the back half then by Nightcliff.
Yeah, a bit messy. We've gone nearly 10 and a half minutes in the last quarter. Nightcliff has scored 3 goals in this quarter. Tiwi haven't scored yet.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, Tash. The boundary umpire from this side has gone around the back of the goals to throw it in. Terrific.
Where is the boundary umpire from that
one
side?
down here.
Yeah.
So Wild chips out wide, looking for Zach Moody. He hand passes forward and just working it through the hands, and Nightcliff on the outer side of the ground now. Whoa! A big leap out there by Cantilla. Couldn't take the mark, but sprung back onto his feet, won the ball, and delivered it to Port Jimmy. He swings around a player in front of him, kicks on the left in towards the corridor. Off hands, the ball bounces out here to Rinaldi, and Rinaldi goes down the centre corridor where Darms takes the mark. He switches to Paris at half-back, or the back end of the centre square, and now, his teammate down here, Norton, was running away from it, thought he was going to go over the top, which allowed Tiwi in, and now Babui, who hasn't been Tiwi's worst player, but that's not the best of kicks, and Big Buxton just mops that one up and kicks to Philo, and he goes forward to Wild, who's also had a pretty good game for Nightcliff, and down to half forward. Terrific work down there by Kurt Dunn. Just ran on and intercepted, and now chips inboard, and just put his teammate Thompson under a bit of pressure there, and the ball got knocked away. And it comes back to Wild again, who hands it off, and running out of defence, Zach Moody drills the ball forward. John Tipalura got his hands to it, but spilt the mark. It spills to Michael Mummery. He lays it across the outside of his boot, and easy as you like, kicks another goal.
He's kicked his 4th now. So just the ease out there for the Tigers. So they've dropped off again in this last quarter, the Tiwi Bombers. Watch on replay. Wild gets his hands on the footy, hand passes with teammates. Philo put on the shepherd.
Just through the hands.
Yeah.
That's the last couple that just from spilt marks, really. So
read it well, but just come through. Been impressed with Kurt Dunn down the back line today by the Tiwi Bombers. He can hold his head pretty high after today's efforts.
Yeah, he has. It's been good, and they've worked pretty hard in defence, but just a few errors down there have cost them, and the size of the Nightcliff players has worried them. As Buxton wins the hit out down at ground level. Wild again gets involved, chops the arm to break the tackle, and now drives long down to full forward again. The spilt mark, but this time Blackney Noda was good enough to tidy up and got it to Dunn. He sweeps the hand pass over the top to Henry Kiranua. He gets caught with the ball down here, and caught holding the ball. And well done by Tristan Singlipo. Laid that tackle and wins the free kick. So that's a moments. Hasn't been in the game for the whole of the game, but
he's pointing to the goals. He's like, I'm having a shot.
Yeah, got a couple.
Yeah, he kicked the first goal of the game from the boundary. Brilliant goal it was as well. In a bit of a run up here.
Well, he's got a fair piece of it. It's not going to quite get there in the goal square. I think that's a mark to Butcher. And he plays on now. He's kicked it on the left straight up in the air.
Has it just snuck over?
He's got it
I
there.
think it has as well. Oh, he made that look hard. It didn't need to be that hard, but he's snuck it for his second goal, both in this last quarter, after having a really slow start to the game.
Well, he had a mark about 3 metres out, thought there was space in front of him, and then all of a sudden it closed up on him. And
yeah, we watch on replay here. Kicks it in. Oh, we're not going to see it. Oh, no, here we go. And then it went straight up. He kicked the ball, I think, right on the belly, and it's just gone straight up.
A goal's a goal, though, and it's on the board, so his reward for that, he goes in and does the ruck work.
The score's just blowing out a little bit here. 12 goals the difference.
Yeah, the 5 goals scored in this last quarter, all by Nightcliff, and
yeah, 72 points the difference now, and it doesn't really reflect that, I feel.
No. Brendan Cantilla tried to go a talk as well, but that's completely off the side of the boot as spills to Zach Moody. He just evades the tackle. Ooh, that looked a bit dangerous, but Philo hooks the hand pass over the top. Jay Moody runs onto that and now punches the hand pass out to Wild, who palms off the tackler and then delivers to Emery at half forward. Emery calling for the big fellow Buxton to lead towards him and then kicks it over his head as the ball spills at ground level, and working back there was Port Jimmy, but couldn't keep it in play.
Yeah, a lot of tired players. You can see hands on hips, both teams. We've gone 15 and a half minutes in the last. So Tiwi have the Buffs next week, I think.
I think so. I think Nightcliff might have to bye. So
they'll be happy going into the bye with this score.
Yeah, their form's been pretty good the last couple of weeks. Poor Jimmy with the long hand pass, looking there for Purantatameri. He spilt the ball under pressure. Darms on the left foot, kicks forward. The mark spilt down here by Norton. He swings the ball back into the danger area, and again the Nightcliff players are lining up at the top of the goal square, and it's the big fella Buxton who takes the mark, and I don't think he's on the board yet. Tash.
No, he's not, and this will be their 6th goal of the quarter. We've still got a way to go as well until the end of this game. So Lee Crossman had a bit of you could see, a bit animated at 3/4 time. Wouldn't have been happy with that 3rd quarter effort, I don't think, and yeah, they've come out and gone bang. He made the umpire work. I reckon he snuck it in.
He's got a big smile on the face. That tells you that it's a goal. So 6 in a row in this quarter to Nightcliff, and yeah, they're up on top of the ground and running there.
He becomes the 9th goal kicker for the Tigers. So he's gone down forward to rest as well, which is in the ruck.
Big full moon coming up there, Tash. It'd be good if we could get that on the screen. But
yeah, it's
magnificent. One of the highlights of the top end, isn't it? The moon coming up over there. Fantastic.
Yeah, good sight to see. Buxton, not a good game. There's a big unit there either.
There it is.
Guys.
A shot of the moon on the screen. Fantastic. Umpire Mapstone throws the ball up. At ground level, it's King Cantilla. Works it out to Brendan Cantilla. He throws it on the boot.
Try and mark that.
Bounces inside forward 50, but no one able to control it now. They do. The kick comes in from Big Tipalura, and the mark's taken in the goal square. Playing on and kicking the goal, I think it is. It's Lucas Conlon for Tiwi. So at last, Tiwi are on the board in the final quarter. It wasn't the prettiest build-up for a goal, but they kept working, and eventually Conlon got his hands on the ball and found a little bit of space to dribble it through.
Yeah, well worked there by the Bombers. Get it forward at any cost. That's sort of the Bombers' play. And then, just over the back, Tigers players pleading for a free kick there. There's the bench for the Bombers. Paddy Heenan getting some work done on the old calves there. Luckily, Noda's come off.
Having a laugh with the coach, I think.
Yeah. Which is good. Full of smiles.
Yeah.
It said positive still to take out of this game. Reflection of the scoreboard. Doesn't really reflect the game we've had in front of us.
King Cantilla at ground level just got bundled over the top of the ball. Butcher hand passes back to Islet now. Islet chips out wide to the advantage of Twycross. Runs onto it now. takes it on the bounce, hand passes inboard. Norton on the left foot drills it inside forward 50, but working back was Riley Bice, who's worked into the game pretty well in the end and picked up a few possessions and given them a bit of spark going forward at times. So just running out of defence, John Tipalura delivers to Brendan Cantilla and out wide to Babui. So Babui chips inboard and John Tipalura takes the mark, kept running forward. Nightcliff have worked back pretty well defensively here. There's not too many gaps to go to as on the bounce, picked up by Purantata Mary, hand passes over the top. Brendan Cantilla once again, a high ball inside 50 in the marking contest. It's knocked away and Nightcliff bring it away, but only as far as John Tipalura once again.
Yeah, Islet standing the mark.
So Tipalura sees a player on the lead, got it to Babui, but got his hands to it but couldn't mark it. Dames has gone to ground here. And
I think he tripped. I think he was claiming that he was legged there, or
yep.
But he was lucky not to get pinned then, because he just laid there and didn't attempt to get rid of the footy.
Butcher wins the hit out, but straight to Babui, who hand passes over the top. Emery gets it out wide, and now good pass just out in front of Islet, picks the ball up, tries to break the tackle, and play on's the call as Cantilla loses the ball over the boundary line. And the throw in down here as Cameron Island checks his teeth out.
Yeah, he got one eye. So we've gone nearly 21 minutes in the red time here in the last quarter. A lot of tired players out there looking forward to the siren going. 19-11. So it's 30 scoring shots to 18.
So over the top, Babui toe pokes it forward. Picked up cleverly, and Babui again on the left this time. Kicks towards goal. It's going to fall short. Off the hands. Oh, Cantilla out of the air.
Oh.
It's going to cross the face of goal, but it's found a teammate, Stanley Tipalura. He plays on straight away, wheels around, hooks the ball back, and he's hooked it too far and through for a behind.
Yeah, he's not happy with that. But Cantilla, what a love for that to go through. Goal of the season.
We've got Clayton Tipalura down here in all sorts of trouble. Looks like he can't take any weight on his right foot near the boundary line near side. But meanwhile, Nightcliff have brought it in and kicked it over the boundary line on the full on the outer side. So
yeah, I think the trainer's with one of the other players on the boundary line. So I think that he's slowly getting to his feet now. No, you're right. I think it's his
ankle or something. But Nightcliff have worked the ball down the outer side of the ground. Michael Mummery out there in some space, calling that he's going to go long over the top. He does just that, and Butcher works back onto it, spilt the mark, got the hand pass straight up in the air, or just a half-hearted effort with one hand there, and the ball's trapped in underneath, and this is going to be a Tiwi free kick as Big Mitch Norton got caught with the ball underneath him, and Henry Kiranua will take the free kick. He's confused himself a bit there, gets the kick out, but there's a whistle on the play here. I think the ball has to come back, or is it a free kick downfield?
Yeah, free kick.
I think Henry might have copped one after he kicked the ball, so eventually things sort themselves out, and Port Jimmy has the ball at half back for Tiwi. He tries a pass but just offline, comes out to Wild once again, gets it back to Singlipo. He's off and running now, has a bounce as he runs in towards the centre of the ground, kicks down towards half forward. Mummery on the end of this one again takes a mark with hands out in front. He's got Nightcliff players running everywhere here. He's so many he doesn't know which one to kick to, but in the end he goes to Scott, who spilt the mark. He's against Kiranua close to the boundary line, and goes over the line, and Henry Kiranua looked like he could hardly walk after that contest.
Yeah, a lot of the hands on hips. It is pretty hot and hard out there, but
so well done over the top by Cantilla as Tiwi straight down the centre of the ground once again. Brenton Cantilla got his hands to the ball, couldn't hold on to it. Henderson with the hand pass forward. Spills out now, well done, and Henderson around the back. Cleans up again, looking to go backwards to Moody. Moody chips it out wide to Henderson once again. And he chips forward. Just a little bit too hot for Philo, but Philo recovers and he's almost hand pass straight over the boundary.
That's a tired player. That is a very tired player. You can see hands on hip, and you know how fit Brodie Philo is. That just goes to show that that like I said, even though the sun's not out there shining, it's still very muggy conditions out there.
Yeah, not much air movement either, so
the flags aren't moving.
So from the throw in, Buxton in front, gives it to Wild. He's had plenty of the footy today, but misses this time to Dunn, and Dunn chips it straight up the middle of the ground to Kim Cantilla. He's got Port Jimmy running, finds him. He's got a player loose if he can get around, and he does. That's John Tipaluri. He takes the mark. He's off and running, but closing on him is Sing Lippo. He swings around onto the left foot now. It's going to go all the way to the goal square, but
just
no. In fact, it's through for a behind.
They juggled it through. Yep.
I think Luke Wines thought he'd taken the mark, but the mark has been paid. In fact, a bit of confusion down there.
5.5 minutes gone now.
Nightcliff happy to chip it around.
Yeah, 7 goals kicked in this last quarter, so probably a couple of minutes left, I reckon.
Yeah.
50.
Another 50-metre penalty. Just some movement on the mark, I think, as Politis takes the kick and chips it forward to Norton. He hand passes back to Politis. Politis goes long inside forward 50, and unmarked down there is Twycross for Nightcliff, and he's got the mark about 35 out from goal as the siren goes, and it'll be Jake Twycross with the opportunity to finish the game with a goal
and become the 10th goal kicker for the Tigers. So good spread today. The players down on their haunches for the Bombers after that siren going.
Twycross kicks towards goal, and just swinging across. I think there's no one down there.
Everyone's given up.
The ball bounce and stop, and no score. In the end, it's Nightcliff who've bounced back after that third quarter that Tiwi won, and Nightcliff kicked the first 6 goals of the quarter. Tiwi got one at the end, but a pretty impressive and probably dominant performance from Nightcliff in the end, Tash.
Yeah, it was an even spread across the ground, but I thought that Brett Kennedy was probably the difference in the first half. He was a little bit quiet in that second half, but played really, really well for them. And Michael Mummery popped up with 4 goals as well. Brodie Philo as always, and just their usual ball winners. Nathan Brown down back, of course, there's always a wall down there and pops up everywhere. And for the Tiwi Bombers, I was quite impressed with Kurt Dunn. Today, Paddy Heenan tried really hard all day. Braden Rioli was pretty good. And, the Cantilla boys always pop up as usual. Yeah,
that's right. So, look, some good signs for Tiwi. It's certainly not the Tiwi side that we've seen the last couple of years, but they've got something to work with there. They've got lots of young players coming through, so it's encouraging. But and they're exciting to watch when they're going. So let's hope they get going again in the next couple of weeks. But it's been an entertaining game, but in the end, Nightcliff too good, almost 12 goal winners. Thanks for your help today.
Thanks, Stu.
Tash, really enjoyed it, and make sure you tune in again next week. I think we've got Friday night footy again next week, so be a part of that. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.